Hello and welcome to Richmond Raceway for the 9th race of the season. Starting order running by on your left, Kevin Harvick, last week's winner at Martinsville, on the pole. Denny Hamlin on his outside. A couple of guys who you expect to be very good. And you can see the three dominant cars all represented up here in the top four. Logano in the third, perhaps an example of someone who needs to find something. Here's your stage lengths today. 49 lap final stage. The race total 120. A pit stop will be necessary. And Brad Keselowski looking to continue his dominant streak at Richmond. Kevin Harvick to the green and clear into turn 1. 2 wide behind, 3 wide for fourth there. Keselowski on the top. Kurt Busch did not get the run on the bottom. He will fall in behind Keselowski and Almirola. Almirola trying to clear here, but not quite there. Almirola on the bottom is going to have to fall in behind Logano, as the two looks to try and get something done on the outside. A big run off the top. Everybody's still too wide, not single filing out anytime soon. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, the leaders. Keselowski has got a run again on the top. And he looks like he's clear. Does he get down or does he stay up there in that groove? He's going to slide down in front of his teammate. And Austin Dillon would eventually go by the 22, as would Almirola. Kurt Busch looking on the high side. How about Austin Dillon? He had a good run here last year. It'll be fun to watch him here in the spring, see what he can get done. If this car is anything like what he had last year, it will be competitive, top 5-ish car. So he's there right now. Can he keep moving forward? Closing on the back bumper of that 10, so maybe, just maybe, he can do so. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin battling for the lead. Denny closed it to about a car length, 2 car lengths, and seems to be getting closer, but Harvick could just be keeping that gap present, not really pushing that hard. That's a possibility. Hamlin, quite good at this racetrack. It's hard to argue with it here. He has a good record. So someone with a less than good record, Ryan Blaney, running 20th right now. And take a look at the stats. In 9 starts here, he has yet to record a top 10 finish. And with an average finish of 25th. It's not that great for Ryan Blaney. He is, on average, 13 positions worse than his teammates. So just not a great racetrack for Ryan Blaney, and not looking like it's any better right now. Running 20th, that is better than average for him, but he's got pressure from Chris Buescher and a few cars that started in the back that are likely coming forward that'll put him back there. Here is Austin Dillon looking for 4th on Eric Almirola. We saw how well the high side works, and Almirola is going to continue doing that. He's going to work the top. Dillon's going to draw alongside, almost get even with the 10 in the center of the corner, but cannot get the power down, and Almirola will power down the straightaway and in front of the 3, holding off Austin Dillon for 4th. But not for long. Caution is out. Eric Jones into the wall hard with the right side, and Newman with trouble as well. Looked like he just misjudged it, tried to go to the outside of the 6. 6 could have slid up a little bit. We'll have to get a replay to see the whole story, though, because we caught that one in action. Yeah, the 6 a little off the yellow line, and Jones trying to carry speed into the corner. Gets into the back of him and cannot get unhooked. Turns the 6. Heavier damage to Jones, though. Newman actually looks all right. He mostly just bounced off of the 43 car. They were running 28th and 29th when this happened. Quite early, no real reason to be pushing that hard, but it's racing. Those incidents do happen. Pit stops are right here. Kevin Harvick leads them down, and he will lead them off, winning the race off pit road. No major changes, but Kurt Busch does lose quite a few spots here in the 1 car. Coming out behind William Byron. And we'll come to the green here with only a few laps left in the first stage. Harvick leading them down. Going to get about a car length jump on Denny Hamlin. And Brad Keselowski takes advantage of that poor start for the 11. He's going to look for 2nd right away, wasting no time. Trying to get this spot here. Hamlin with a little run off the top, but nothing major. And Brad to the bottom. Car seemed like it was missing something in that first run, but it's certainly not anymore. Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, the battle is back on for fourth. These two went at it before the caution, and now fresh tires, and Dillon wants the spot, he'll get it. Coming to the end of the stage here, riding along with Keselowski, trying to get through, but could not do it. Harvick just a little better through the corner, and Harvick will take stage 1 over Brad Keselowski, but I think Brad definitely showed that he is here, and he means business. The 2-car once again quite good at Richmond. He's definitely got something figured out here, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. No pit stops here. We're going to come right about to the restart, and Kevin Harvick will lead us down again. This time Brad Keselowski right on his bumper. No breathing room for the 4-car. Hamlin going to lose a spot to Austin Dillon behind. Dillon working the bottom on Denny. Denny is there working the high side, trying to hang tough, but it's not going to be an option. He will get the option to slide down in front of the 22 on entry if he wants to, but no, he's going to get enough of a run on the 3-car. He might not need to. Hanging right on the right rear quarter panel, and it's not going to be enough. Austin Dillon will move to third, the 3-car going forward, riding along with Logano here. You see guys going around him on the top again, similar to that first run. He is not very good on the short run. Unlike his teammate, Brad Keselowski, who is putting pressure on Harvick for the lead right now, this 22 seems to be doing nothing but going backwards on new tires. I mean, he might be better late in the run. We'll have to wait and see, but it's certainly not there. Almirola will slot down in front. 22 now has pressure from William Byron, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. All those guys stacking up behind the 10 cars. We have a 3-car battle for the lead. Brad Keselowski putting pressure on Kevin Harvick, but Austin Dillon has closed in on this battle. He's right there with them. So if they get to racing, does that give the 3-car the opportunity to put it 3 wide and get them both? Or does he just ride? It is early. We're just in stage 2, so it's not really time to take a risk. Brad Keselowski to the inside. Harvick going to try and hold him off on the top. We've seen guys be able to do this today, but I don't think the 4-car is fast enough over the 2. He's going to be able to hang even here. He will lead at the line barely by just 1/100th of a second. By a nose, he leads at the line. Keselowski going to pull him all the way to the right rear quarter. Harvick with a little run, but it's not enough. He should be clear for the lead, and Brad will get it. Now Austin Dillon looking for second. Harvick car is missing something. It's just not quite there right now, and whatever he had in stage 1, everyone else has made some good adjustments, and now Kevin Harvick is hunting for speed. Austin Dillon looking for second on him here. They're going to race back to the line, and caution is out. Logano, Byron hard into the outside wall. Looks like minimal damage, as hard as it seemed like they bounced off. Chastain and Blaney nearly caught up. I'm going to bet that was something similar to what happened to Jones and Newman, and it looks exactly like that. Logano just misses, slides up the corner, trying to run the bottom to protect his the bottom line, and slides up the track. Byron trying to carry speed into the corner on the high side, right into the back of him. I'm sure Logano isn't happy with that, but that at least looks like what happened. Though he probably is not a big fan. If we ride along here, you can see how straight of an angle he took into the corner compared to the cars in front of him. And it just didn't work. It got Byron behind him. Heavy damage to the right side of the 24. Logano nosed into the wall. A little softer than the 24, bounced off its bow. So we'll have to see if they can come back. But track position is going to be the main enemy. As our leader, Brad Keselowski, brings us to the green. Good jump over Harvick, who has in turn about a 2-car length jump over the 3-car. Austin Dillon did not get going at all. Hamlin could not capitalize though, and Dillon will hold that 3rd spot as everyone stays mostly single file. But back here, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson is where the racing is happening. Bell tried to turn to the inside, could not get the throttle down, and that's going to give Briscoe a chance to get to the outside of the 20. Chase Briscoe looking for that spot. Bell trying to hold on the bottom, but Briscoe is just a little bit better than the 20. And he'll get to drive off the corner here, and he might clear. There's a good chance he will. How about Chase Briscoe having a good season so far? Off to a bit of a rough start. His first 3 weeks in Florida, he was caught up in a few wrecks and could not get the finishes he deserved. But lately, I mean, thinking back to Phoenix, for example, that car has been in the mix and competitive. So, good things to see from Chase Briscoe, and perpetual improvement mainly is what you want out of a rookie, and that's what he's showing. As he's hunting for 6th from Kyle Larson right now, he's putting the pressure on. Larson, Briscoe both working the bottom. Gonna have to root him off that groove to pass him. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski continues to lead this race. He's pulled out to a 1-second lead, no pressure over this little battle for second. You saw before the caution, Dillon had a chance to get under Harvick and was looking like he would complete that pass, but caution came out with Harvick in front of Dillon, and he's not let it go since. Dillon seems to be faster than the 4 car. Definitely looks like the 4 is holding up the 3, but cannot get the job done. And how about this little mid-pack battle? We got a couple front row motorsports cars, but then big names stuck back here. The 41, the 48, the 12, and the 23. All of those good cars you would expect to be in front of this group. They're stuck in this battle mid-pack. Just not going anywhere, and it could be a lack of speed, or it could just be this traffic is hard to penetrate. I mean, traffic is tough on this track because you just about have to move somebody or get on the high side, which is heavily defended. Running along with Logano, who was in that wreck, seems to still have speed in this car, but running 24th right now and not going anywhere fast. Seems like he's stuck back here. We'll have to watch. I mean, we're not yet halfway in this race, but still stuck 24th. It's going to be hard to recover from that, even if he still has top 10 speed. Denny Hamlin, Eric Almirola. Almirola has been putting the pressure on for 5th this entire run, and Hamlin has not yet to relinquish it. Kyle Larson, Briscoe, that whole pack closing up. It's sort of becoming a queue behind the 11 car, as the 11 doesn't have the speed that he's had in the past. Just not really showing it as he had in the first and second runs of this race. Briscoe here going to look for 6th, and he is going to get it, it looks like. Larson will make the run back on the high side, but he should only get to the door. A little better than the door of the 14, deep into the corner for Larson, but Briscoe not good on the power on the bottom. Larson going to possibly get this spot back. It's going to hold Bell up enough that the Benedetto wants the spot behind. Briscoe going to get the job done. Larson not good through 3 and 4. And now Bell trying to play defense against Matt DiBenedetto. DiBenedetto looking for the spot, and he is just quite a bit better through the corner. He's already clear. Not going to slide up though because Bell has a run. If he can just do that one more time, he might be able to get this spot. Looking further up, Chase Briscoe wasting no time on his teammate Eric Almirola. Took him a while to work over Kyle Larson, but he is already underneath the 10 car. Going to be a deep dive into the corner, into turn 1. Briscoe alongside, and again, not able to get the power down on the bottom, but he might just be good enough that he can work under the 10 car here through 3 and 4. He is clear if he wants to slide up, and he's going to. He will set his sights on Denny Hamlin, who's running 4th. As Brad Keselowski works traffic towards the end of the stage here, no pressure out back at all. It'll be Brad Keselowski coming around to win stage 2. Another stage win for the 2 car on what has been a very good season. He's got 2 wins. This would be his 3rd if he can get the job done. So absolutely a great season for Brad. Pit stops here. Brad should not relinquish the lead. He has quite a advantage with lapped cars, as do the 3 and the 4 over 4th place Denny Hamlin, and that's exactly what you expect. Brad will hold the lead, and Austin Dillon will eke out a spot from Kevin Harvick, barely getting it. He'll restart 2nd. Finally, his pit crew will get him that spot that he's been hunting on the racetrack for at least 40 laps. I guess they're easier to pass when they're stopped, and that will be all it takes. Can Harvick get it back though, or will Dillon be good enough to stay in front of the 4 car? Keselowski going to slide down in front of traffic right away, and this is something that will play a role in this restart. Having to get through traffic. You can see them 3 wide in the back trying to work their way through. Dillon will slide down, going to look to get by the 77 on the front stretch. A little bit of a run off the corner, and he's there in the position. He can try it. Around 40-something laps to go. Austin Dillon in second. Denny Hamlin going to get to third. That car was struggling last run. Have they made some good adjustments? So far, on the short run at least, it seems like they have, but we'll have to see how the tires wear and whether that will make a difference. For Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick seems to be going backwards. Could be traffic, could be the race car. We don't really know yet for the 4, but our stage 1 winner, not a good restart here. Lost a spot on pit road and now loses 1 on the racetrack with pressure from behind. And the opposite, 0 pressure for Brad Keselowski. Austin Dillon back about a second. And Dillon has pulled about a second lead on Denny Hamlin, who's in third. And here's a familiar face we have not seen today. Chase Elliott has finally worked his way in the top 10. He's been running 15th or 20th all day, struggling to find speed, but came down and got what seems to be the magic adjustment on that last stop, and all of a sudden he has popped up as one of the fastest cars on the racetrack in traffic and coming through the field in a hurry. This 9 car might be one to watch as this race continues, but it could be too little too late. And Denny Hamlin, speaking of magic adjustments, he has found one as well, going from struggling and fighting to hold on to 4th to posting very quick lap times on par with our leader Brad Keselowski. It's about 3 or 4 hundredths a lap slower though. Brad Keselowski still the 2nd fastest car on the racetrack right now, behind Chase Elliott. Elliott in traffic looking for spots here. He'll work his way into the top 5, taking that one from Chase Briscoe. Kevin Harvick is next in his sights. That 4 car running in 4th. He's going to look to the bottom right away. Harvick closes the door. Not going to let him get it yet, but it's just a matter of time. Elliott fast on the bottom. And here he comes. Going to close the door again. Harvick tried a little contact with the left rear, but Elliott will get through. Harvick thought better of choosing to block that big run and dive bomb down into the corner. I guess you can't call it a dive bomb. Elliott did make the corner, but either way. Move Elliott to 4th. Next up is Denny Hamlin, who he closes that gap right away onto the back bumper of the 11. Same move into turn 1. Carries the car into the braking zone very late, but works the bottom well, gets to the throttle sooner. And on the bottom, Chase Elliott able to get through the corner just way better than anyone else in the field right now. It's sort of out of the blue. This car has been running 15th, 20th the whole day. So absolutely impressive that he's found it right now. Now Austin Dillon is next. The 3 car has a good run going in 2nd, but he's going to have to be relegated to 3rd, it looks like. Chase Elliott just way faster. And that will be the end of that battle very quickly, as the 9 will power through off the corner. Not going to clear himself. Going to let the 3 have the run. He knows he has a fast car. He doesn't need to waste it. And a little contact there as the 3 tried to come down the track and get real close to the 9 and hit the right rear of the 9. But they get away with it and will ride along with Elliott. You see he has a lot of work to do. That is a 3-second deficit to our leader, Brad Keselowski. Chase has some serious work to do to get there, but the car is fast. We'll get lap times here shortly. This is the last lap that Brad will be in clean track, as you see traffic in front of him. But Elliott about 3 or 4 hundredths faster a lap. The bad news, that isn't enough. He needs to be at least a 10th or 2 better a lap to close it in what is 16, 17 laps to go. So Elliott needs to find something or hope that traffic makes a difference. For Brad Keselowski, he is in the thick of it. About a 5-car pack he has to get through, followed by a 3-car pack, and then just intermittent traffic through the rest of the race. It's a short track. It's something you expect to deal with, and it's exactly what is going to be Brad's problem here. Through this 0-0 easily, and Chase Elliott working traffic behind him as well. Elliott will have to be perfect in traffic and hope for a mistake. Brad has a big enough lead that he can sort of relax a little bit and not put his car in a bad position, but he has to be good. He cannot make mistakes or give up too much time here, or Elliott will be on his back bumper and knocking on the door for the win. Brad Keselowski through 3 cars now. Elliott closing the gap down to 1.8 in only 7 laps. Elliott is definitely faster in clean track, but can he get through traffic? So far, it's looking like he's struggling more. Cars that Brad was clearing in one corner, Elliott not capable of. The 7 car, they're having a lap battle with him. While you see Keselowski clears Jones in one corner. Elliott struggling a little bit more. Keselowski has a little bit of clean track here before he gets to the 77. Elliott back there still working the 66 and not really gaining a ton of time. Keselowski puts on about a 10.5 padding to that lead in traffic so far. High side here of the 54. Aggressive move around the outside. And he's going to get that spot. Again, one corner, easy to clear these guys. Elevator move on the 53. Elliott has closed the gap a little bit as Brad deals with these guys. That move didn't work out. Smithley actually got into the corner better than the 2 car. The 53 has actually posted some fast lap times. He's 11th quickest on the lap chart. On new tires, I would imagine. So the 53 on new tires will be a nuisance to the 2 car here, who just cannot really have the same corner speed on those 50-lap-old Goodyears. Watching Elliott, the 77 tries to close, sees him coming, thinks better of it, and Elliott will get through there. That's the closest he's been to Brad yet. He got it down to a second, but Brad puts 2.5 tenths on it. Up next, the last car that Brad will lap most likely is Ryan Newman. Newman possibly owes Elliott one. He's cost him a few race victories, so Newman, see what he does here, but I think he is just fast enough to be a problem, a pain for Brad Keselowski, but it wouldn't be. Newman just pulls over on the side and lets the 2 car go. No challenge whatsoever for Brad. And Chase Elliott, he's there. He closed the gap. He drove from about 15th to 2nd, but it won't be enough. White flag in the air for Brad Keselowski. Chase Elliott, in the end, will close the gap to less than a second. And though it's not over yet, it sure seems like it might be the end of it. Brad Keselowski working the backstretch here. A little bit of traffic in front of him, but he doesn't have to worry about trying to get by them. And the 2 car will go back-to-back at Richmond. Winning here in Virginia. Brad Keselowski picking up his 3rd of the season. But it's really not been the wins that have been the highlight, it's been consistency. He has finished in the top 20 in every race and run every single lap this year. One of only 3 drivers to record a lead lap finish in every race. So consistency is the name of the game for the 2 team. And they are 2nd in points with 17 playoff points. A good start so far. And a lot of guys recording just putting points on the board. Logano, Elliott, Kurt Busch, Almirola, Dillon, DiBenedetto, all of them now over a 1 race over the cut, as well as Kyle Busch. We're getting into the 2nd page with these guys who are separating themselves from the battle little by little with stage points and good runs. On the cut line, Briscoe and Byron will trade. Briscoe now in the show so far. Chastain having a good season so far, and Alex Bowman trying to recover. I've documented the bad luck that the 48 has had. Today was a quiet top 20 day and recovering a little bit. Well, that will be it though. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.